Hello everyone, TimeToGrind here, and today I wanted to bring you guys my opinion on the top 5 worst legendary skins in Overwatch. Now, a huge disclaimer before I even say anything else, this is my opinion. You know, there's a huge possibility that some of you guys, in fact most of you guys, will like one if not all of the skins that are on my list here. And it is very possible that many of you might, your favorite skin might be one of the skins on this list, but that's what's great about being human. You know, we all have different opinions and stuff like that. And so, you know, I feel like I didn't give really disclaimer that it was my opinions in the top 5 my favorite skins, because I got a lot of comments and stuff like, wow, this should have been renamed top 5 blue skins and stuff like that, because I tended to like blue, and so, you know, those were some of my more favorite skins. But yeah, so huge disclaimer, this is my opinion. If you like these skins, good for you. I personally don't, and I have a different reason for why I hate each one of these skins. So, you know, without further ado, let's get started. Now, for number 5 on the list, I have the Breakaway and Slapshot skins for Lucio. Now, in all honesty, there were only like 4 legendary skins that I really did not like, and so I kind of had to find a 5th one. So I don't necessarily hate this one as much as I just dislike it. And the reason being is because, you know, I don't really like sort of silly skins. So, you know, when I see, you know, like when I dabbled in Smite a little bit, because coming from Dota, you know, a lot of the cosmetics and stuff like that are kind of, most of them are serious, and so, you know, it keeps the feel of the game, you know, there. But when I played Smite a little bit and I kind of tried it out, you know, there were skins where people were, you know, they had floaties on, they were holding like noodles and rubber duckies, and it completely takes you out of the game. Now the thing is Overwatch can't really do that, and it hasn't gotten too silly, but it also can't really do that because Overwatch takes place on Earth. You know, a lot of these people are athletes and stuff like that, so it's not really unrealistic, but it still kind of takes me out of the game. So for these 2 skins, you know, we have the Breakaway skin and the Slapshot skin, and it's obviously, you know, hockey, him playing hockey. But when you look at his other skins, you know, like I said, it's not like I don't absolutely hate it. I hate the skins, but, you know, it's definitely, it feels like it takes me out of the game for a little bit. You know, compare it to the, you know, even the full Goldie Hippity Hop skin is completely different from the skin, but it still feels like, you know, you're in the game because he's a DJ and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't like the hockey skins for Lucio. And, you know, so, you know, I don't hate them, like I said, but it's definitely not my favorite. And now you might be saying, well, what about the, you know, skins for, you know, the summer season, or the summer event? And so that's pretty much like the, you know, the new ones we got. And these ones I kind of still am okay with a little bit, just because it's a little less, you know, I don't know, obtrusive, except for maybe this back part of it, and also the fact that it was released with a lot of other like Summer Olympic skins like that. But I definitely, you know, the Breakaway and Slapshot skins are definitely not my favorite. Next at number 4, we have a Mei skin, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of people disagreeing with me here, but I really do not like the firefighter skins for Mei, because, like I said, kind of with the Lucio thing, is it sort of takes me out of the game. And, you know, I know that, you know, she could technically, realistically be a firefighter rather than in Dota, you know, a demon being a firefighter, so it's a lot more realistic, but it definitely, you know, kind of takes me out of the game. And, you know, I definitely think the actual firefighter skin's a lot better, but the Rescue Mei one with the bright orange, I really don't like, because it looks so much different from her. And, you know, if you look at these other legendary skins, it like, kind of, it looks like Mei, but this doesn't really look anything like Mei, and that's one of the main problems I have with it. It's not that it looks bad, except I don't really like all the orange and yellow, but, you know, it feels out of place and completely looks not like Mei. So that's kind of why I don't like that skin. Next at number 3, I have the Imp skin for Mercy. Now, I from the start, I think I was talking about how I didn't really like the Devil and Imp skins for Mercy. But if I had to pick one, I would definitely, like that I hate more than the other, it would definitely be the Imp skin. Because, you know, you'll kind of hear a little bit later on the list some of the reasons, but I just, first of all, I really hate this whole tail thing. I don't, you know, I'm not a huge fan of, like, you know, anime and, you know, stuff like that. And so, you know, having like girls with puppy dog ears or like tails and stuff like that, it does not, I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of it. But the thing is with the Devil skin is, although it doesn't look anything like Mercy, it looks good. Like the skin itself, like the color scheme looks pretty decent, but the Imp skin I really despise, like, you know, the whole pink hair and the pink wings. And especially the tail and the horns. I don't know. I know some people, I think I even saw, so sorry to disappoint you, I forgot who it was, but I think I saw someone in my top 5 favorite skins, because, you know, I asked you guys what some of your favorite skins were. I think I heard the Imp or Devil skins quite a few times, so I know this is definitely going to, you know, make a few people sad, but it is, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Now, it's grown on me a tiny bit. I used to, like, think it was, like, the worst skin in Overwatch, like, hands down. And I've gotten a little, you know, a little more used to it, but, like, just, I don't know why anyone would use it over things like, you know, these skins, like the Valkyrie and the Sigrun, or however you pronounce that one. These just look so more in character and, I don't know, good, but, you know, everyone has their opinion, so I understand why some people use the Imp or Devil skin, but it's definitely not my favorite, like, at all. At number 2, I have the Zarya kind of gothic skins. So the Cyber Goth skin and the Industrial skin. Now, between these two, I like the Cyber Goth one a little bit more just because of the blue. I know a lot of people are going to be mad at me just by saying that I like blue. But the Industrial one, first of all, like a lot of the other characters, it feels completely out of character. You know, Zarya is this weightlifter. You know, she's... I don't know, it feels completely out of character, and it also, like, doesn't look the best. Like, the Cybergoth one with the blue looks a little bit better because there's a little bit more color, but the Industrial skin it looks way too black for me. It's almost like she's Reaper. I mean, she would almost look like Reaper if she actually had sleeves and the little bit of red were gone. And I don't like that. Like, compared to the new seasons, unfortunately I didn't get either ones, but, like, I really like these, the Champion and Weightlifter ones from the summer thing, because, I don't know, it's just, even though it's her in her workout outfit or whatever, it's still, you know, a little bit realistic, and I don't know. The Industrial skin, not my favorite. Kind of the same reasons-ish with, you know, the Devil or the Imp skin for Mercy. I don't really like the whole goth look, especially on these characters, but, you know, I know some people like these, though. I mean, the one redeeming quality for this skin and the Cybergoth one are the highlights in the hair, but I actually really hate the purple hair itself here. Like, I think if it was the, you know, still black hair with blue highlights, it would be a lot better. Kind of like this one, because it looks a lot more natural if you're trying to go with the whole, like, black, you know, goth thing, but definitely not my cup of tea. And yeah. And now my number 1 least favorite skin in Overwatch is the pair of Daredevil 76 and Stunt Rider 76. And you're probably thinking, oh my god, how are you putting those two skins up? They're my favorite. I actually really like these skins. The only reason that they are my least favorite skins is because of one simple thing, and it's this cape. And I'm going to explain it to you, because 76 and McCree actually have very similar silhouettes, and what that means is when you're talking about cosmetics with heroes, or not, like, just any cosmetics in really any competitive video game, a silhouette is like if you made their entire hero black, like just a straight up just one black, who would you be able to recognize them? And so 76's and McCree's silhouette are, like, actually pretty similar, just because they're kind of similar body types and stuff like that. And Daredevil 76 and Stunt Rider 76 add a cape. And one of the easier ways to tell between a McCree and a 76 at just, you know, of course, if you look and you know, it's not like, oh, if you analyze a picture of 76 versus McCree, you're gonna have a hard time figuring out who is who. But it's just, you know, those split-second decisions when you're like, oh, is that a McCree or a 76? And, you know, for a second or maybe half a second, you might get it wrong because of these skins. Because, you know, before you'd be like, oh, that guy had a cape, guaranteed McCree. But now, especially since these skins are a lot more popular because they're actually really good skins, they make the silhouette, they completely destroy the whole, like, rule of silhouettes in games. Because at first glance, if these heroes were just completely black, you might actually have a little bit hard time determining whether it was McCree or 76, especially in the middle of all this hectic gameplay. And I'm not personally a big fan of like the Night Ops or Commando 76. I use them because I have it and I actually like the gun. But I think the Strike Commander one's probably my favorite 76 skin, besides this bone one. I think the bone and golden one. 76 is one of the heroes I feel their epics are definitely a lot better. I think these skins would be so much better, you know, if they didn't have the capes. Because now that we have an American skin with McCree, I want to show you this. Take a good look at, you know, the Daredevil 76 skin, okay? You know, note the whole silhouette, the coloring, and everything. And now I'm going to show you this McCree skin. So, you know, of course, if you're looking face value and there's not a, you know, if there's color, yeah, obviously McCree. First of all, because the cape is in a little bit different, you know, the size and shape is a little bit different, and kind of where the colors are. But if you took both of these characters and made them black, like all black, and then you actually, you know, put it in a match, like so if you were playing a match of Overwatch and every hero, they were all black, you would have a very, very hard time determining between McCree and 76. So although I really like the, you know, actual like artwork and coloring of these skins, the design of breaking the silhouette completely destroys it for me, because I have in fact, you know, died. I'm not just blaming it on the skins because I was, you know, a little salty. I've legitimately died because I misjudged whether I was up close and personal with the 76 or McCree, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, it's a McCree, because you may have to make those split-second decisions. So you're like, oh, it's a McCree, or no, oh, it's a 76. He can't flash me, and then you get flashed and die, and stuff like that. So it's the small things like that. We haven't really had too many problems with silhouette breaking and getting too silly with cosmetics. But then again, the game hasn't even been out for a year, so, you know, I really hope that, you know, of course Overwatch is going to be a very long-lasting game. Hopefully in 15-20 years we can all still be playing it and talking about it. But I really hope that they don't make bad decisions, because I think this was a very bad decision, you know. There was actually a lot of hate for these skins. You know, there were originally a lot of great, you know, hype for it when we saw them, and then there was a lot of backlash when we saw when people actually got to play with them in game, you know, and how the silhouettes making split-second decisions can actually be hard, because you never want a skin to be, or, you know, you never want a skin to be a deciding factor in, you know, competitiveness. And I know it's a little petty to say, but I personally think if you wanted to play like top tier, I'm sure pros don't do it because it probably gives you so little of an advantage, especially against other pros. But if you wanted to do a little bit better with 76 against maybe some newer players, I would say definitely pick up the Daredevil or Stunt Rider 76 skins, because they can and will mess up people, you know, when they're making those fast decisions. So, you know, I don't like, you know, I like most of the skins in Overwatch, and I personally only hate 4 of them, you know, if you're including the pairings. And so, you know, it's not really anything I can tell Blizzard or try to, you know, help them like design better skins, except for the case of the 76 one, because, you know, all I can say is don't break the silhouette of characters. But other than that, you know, people have their tastes. I know a lot of people like the Gothic skin for Zarya and the Imp and Demon skin for Mercy, and you know, so it's not personally like, I can't make a suggestion saying don't make more Goth skins because people like that. But for this 76 skin, don't ever break the silhouette of a character again, please, Blizzard, because we don't want, I mean, it can get ridiculous. Just look at some games that have some worse cosmetics, and after a while, it can become a huge nightmare. And yeah, so those are my top 5 least favorite skins in Overwatch. Now keep in mind, These are my opinions, obviously. You know, so, but I'd also like to hear what, you know, skins you guys personally don't like. I know a lot of you guys didn't like the blue skins I put on my top 5 list. But so, you know, tell me in the comments down below what skins you personally hate. And if you enjoyed this video, then consider leaving a like down below and subscribing to see more Overwatch content and news. And like always, guys, see you next time.